Hello, hello. Can everyone hear me? I don't know if anyone can hear this right now. I had a little problem doing this earlier, but I hope everyone can hear me. Can everyone hear me? I hope hope everyone can hear me. I hope so. Hello, hello. All right. Well, if everything's working all right, hello everybody. Obviously it is me, Caleb. Coming to you live because, well, I know I've been a little busy, and I know that I've only released part one of the whole, Rofer franchise recollection part one video that I did, um, kind of like more than a week ago. I know. Sorry, guys. I know. Uploads will be coming. Don't worry about that. It's just that again, school has been in the way and stuff like that. And if you guys have any questions, I don't know if potentially the stream is actually up and running at this point. Let me make sure once again. Let me just make sure. Okay. So this is if you don't know, guys, what's going on, I'm making this Q&A stream because if you guys have any questions about like what's been going on, I will because I will also be talking about like future updates for this channel. So if if you want to ask questions about that, go ahead. Answer right away. Okay, it looks like the stream is working. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, anyway, guys, yeah, as I was saying, this is going to be like a little Q&A, little session that we have over here. So like I said, if you guys have questions for me about kind of like anything, like what's been going on, like Caleb, why haven't you uploaded anything about Rofer like in the last 2 years? Go ahead and ask me why. Um, but yeah, so a little quick thing about what this stream is gonna be. You know, like I said, as I said in my return video that I obviously posted, I had said that besides Rofer, I have created many like I have created many like my own sorts of media and OCs and all that type of stuff. So I'm here, going to show you one right now. Um, so here, um, this is a very cool media that I have created, which is technically supposed to be an animated series that's based off of Steven Universe. Because if you don't know anything about me, I do if you ever grew up in the 2010s or earlier than that, I'm pretty sure a lot of kids would have loved Cartoon Network, which one of them is definitely me. I definitely loved watching Cartoon Network. Um, Many of the shows, and obviously one of them was Steven Universe. And so, in trying to create my own sort of media type of stuff, I created Eco Trails, which is supposed to be an animated action slash adventure series created by me, obviously. Like I said, inspired by Steven Universe, and it follows a story of Hunter, a half human, half Uloa hybrid, which we'll get into. What a Uloa is, as he and his friend, his Uloa team, try to solve mysteries of their predecessors while protecting the planet Earth and its people. That's kind of, kind of like an overall summary of um, what it's supposed to. Obviously, created by me, and this is kind of like what I did, obviously, for um, the Rofer franchise recollection of like making sure like okay like what is the actual franchise about. This introduction is like kind of like a quick summary of what kind of happens, um like some events in past history and within the actual series itself. So um you know just just uh if I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. So in terms of the background of this animated series. Earth was once a union of two worlds called Unobe, where it resides both humans and Uloa. The Uloa are a race of advanced crustacean organisms that lived in harmony with humans. The humans made sure that everyone had a place to call home, while the Uloa provided everyone with the energy that everyone needed. But one day, the leader of both races had an argument over the balance of the planet. It could have all led to a war between humans and Uloa, but a Uloa individual, a member of the Isopoda, put all of his power into making sure that this wouldn't happen. He separated the two worlds, leaving the Uloa in a faraway place where they now called their home Thoria. The humans called their home Earth, and both of these two races haven't been in contact with each other since then. Um, then that would be the case if there wasn't any Uloa still living on Earth in secret, um, without their predecessors knowing of that. Well, when you know it, a whole group of Uloa still living on Earth, serving as protectors, and maybe because they were left behind by the other Uloa. To their surprise, it seems like our main protagonist has an interesting anatomy, as well as trying to get along with the people on Earth. So yeah, this is just a little quick description of the basis of what is eco trails. So based on so what I have written down here is basically eco trails. Um, the main protagonist, his name is Hunter. All right, and so if you um, um, and if you're wondering, okay, like so, like what does Hunter look like? Well, first of all, Hunter has a height of 5'3". He's 15 in terms of the start of the series, and this is what Hunter looks like. Yeah, so this is an official drawing made by me. So any of the drawings, any of the sketches that I make for my OCs, they are the official artwork for them. This is what they like. And so as I was saying with the introduction and stuff like that, um, Hunter is a human slash Uloa hybrid. He's basically lived on Earth his whole life. He goes along adventures with a Uloa team that was also left behind on Earth, and basically what he's trying to do is try to get along with humans And also while doing so, like the other Uloa from Thoria have come to Earth for kind of like unknown reasons. And of course, Hunter and his friends are trying to figure out why. And of course, they also protect the Earth, right? So yeah, that's kind of the premise of Ego Trails, and it's if this was an actual like if I was actually working with an animated team in order to actually create the show, I feel like this would actually be a really cool thing. I mean, that's that's always the intention of my OCs and whatever. Is that like I like to create interesting stories with them, right? So and this is definitely one of them. This is actually a more recent one that I actually only created like last year. There's definitely a lot more, definitely more creations that I've made in OCs that I definitely want to show you guys. But just to start off with, Ego Trails here. Um, I feel like this is a good one to start because in terms of because like I think in all of my OCs I've ever made, the biggest one that I've made like were just like video game characters, right? Because I love video games, so video games are definitely kind of like my favorite genre of like any sort of media. But I wanted to give anime shows a try, and of course, I created Hunter along with that. And with Eco Trails, the whole entire verse. Obviously, there's going to be some lore behind it. Like there's going to be like a power system and things like that. So over here we have a physiology chart for Yoloa because uh, I only explained Uloa a little bit, but Uloa are how do I put like this? I guess you could say you can compare them to the gems of Steven Universe. Like they're not exactly aliens um because they lived beside humans when they were one planet together. So they're not technically aliens, but they're think of them as like advanced organisms that resemble crustaceans, and they have adapted to what Unobe, the bigger planet, was. You know, it was it's very much different from Earth. So the Uloa, they kind of like adapted to a way where like that's how they are now and stuff like that. So um, in terms of anatomy for the Uloa, this kind of gives like an overall basis of like their overall abilities. If you want to read all of this, you can go ahead. I'll just give like a brief little thing over this. They have immortality times types 2 and 3, which means that they could survive kind of like near death injuries, and also they could just regenerate themselves um, if they need to. And when it says right here from their body and scales, basically Loa, since they're like crustaceans, obviously they have like kind of like scales, like because real life crustaceans, the hard part is their outside and the squishy part is their inside. It's kind of like this, except that it's kind of like it's still kind of flesh, for the Uloa, but like their outside has scales, so that's what that means. They have longevity. They can actually live for quite quite a long life without actually looking any different. Because and that's in their grown stage. What that technically means is that like real life crustaceans, they go through a life cycle. They're probably like in their infant stage and in their adult stage. So that's what grown stage means. Um, they have high mid regeneration, so they could literally like not only just regenerate lost limbs and organs, they can also regenerate from just a single scale, their whole entire body, which is pretty impressive. They have light manipulation via bioluminescence because many sea crustaceans and stuff like that, they could light up their bodies via bioluminescence. So there we go. And the main ability that Uloa have is being able to alter and create their scales on their bodies. In doing so, they can, they can alter it to the desire. They're able to cover their entire body with scales, change their size, change their shape, make barriers from them, or change their density of them. That way, you can't really break them. They can survive underwater. They can adapt to environmental factors in order to better suit what they're in. Like in terms of like body temperature. If they're in a environment that has like less oxygen, of course they can adapt to that. If they're obviously underwater, or if buoyancy, like if things start to become like weighted or floaty, they can adjust their own buoyancy in order to stand on the ground. Another thing is that they can absorb, which is kind of like a passive thing, solar radiation and vital particles, which is technically, solar radiation, obviously solar energy. The ULO can actually absorb energy from the sun and other stuff like that. So technically, they don't need actual food. It's the solar radiation is their energy. That's how. And final particles, I haven't really gotten into final particles in this kind of this right here, but just to give like a basic of what final particles are. If you don't know what a solar cell is, a solar cell is basically like this thing that plants have in order to actually like get energy from the sun, right? Phytoparticles are kind of like that. They're more like energized atoms that are filled with solar energy, right? So, and that's what you will passively absorb in order to get their energy and power from. Which, um, if you're wondering, okay, what's the power system? That is the power system. Um, they can manipulate phyto energy, which phyto energy is basically the harnessed energy from phytoparticles. It's what converts them to. It's what basically converts it into what they attack with and stuff like that. And this going on right here is basically every because everything has like their its own thing. Um, this right here kind of like tells you the different kind of like um class in which what each kind of technique of what they can do with their vital energy. In terms of weapon class, that just means like what they can do to attack with. Modified class is basically like special techniques in order to like affect other things. So if you want to like like again, if you want to like take a minute to like look at this, go ahead. But I'm gonna go ahead and see what you guys have to say about that. How have you guys been doing? I hope you guys had a wonderful day today, or if you are maybe already having, or a wonderful day or wonderful night, wherever you are in the world. And I will, and of course, guys, I will be doing future streams. It's just in terms of like when I will do them. It all depends on like when I have time. Um, and I guess I could talk about this in right now with future updates, as I did say I was going to talk about that. Um, so as you know, again, school has been school is mainly the big thing that's been you know uh, preventing me from uploading any videos and doing stuff like that. But hopefully soon that will all change because there's only 2 weeks left for the year of college that I'm in right now. So um, before June and pretty much almost all of May, I would definitely be uploading a lot more. Uh, Streams are incoming because if you don't know what I said in my face reveal video, I did say that the anniversary of Rover is coming up, and if and since I will be free almost all of May, there will be streams for the anniversary coming up for May. So, obviously, guys, if you've been on my channel for that long and you actually really do like the Rover series for what it is, then please, it's there to celebrate. Kind of basically 5 years, well, more like 4.5, sort of like that, right? So, but still though, if you're excited for that, please, be notified of, please, subscribe and so then you can get notified of when that stream happens because it's gonna happen. Don't worry. So, I'm excited for that too because I'm planning something big. But yeah, so yeah, so all of May, almost all of May. I will be uploading more, also streaming more too. In terms of June and May, I will not unfortunately be able to do any videos or streams for content. I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, I am taking my first job out of state for July and June. But in August, I will definitely be back in order to go uploading more videos and streaming. Like I actually want to do more streaming because um like I said, I will be planning on getting more games in the future. Wi- Um, and those will probably come more in August because if you don't know, one of the very few games that I want to play is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Because obviously I have played Sonic games on my channel. If you haven't seen them, go check those playthroughs out. They're actually pretty decent for my first videos ever on YouTube. But I definitely do want to try playing different IPs from Sega, and one of them is definitely Shinobi. And since Shinobi Art of Vengeance is coming out on August, I will definitely be doing a full playthrough on that game on my channel. So yes, so like I say, guys, things I know it's been so long, but trust me when I say that more content will be showing up this year. It's happening. So I'm definitely trying my best. I and so you know, um, I hope you can keep up with me. Uh, you know, but yeah. In terms of future updates, that's kind of all I have right now. Um, yeah, but I want to hear from you guys. You guys have any tuning in? If you guys have questions for me, go ahead. And if you want to talk about anything like discussions, topics, whatever, go ahead. Um, like I said, guys, please watch out for part two of the Rofer franchise recollection video. Um, there will be part two is coming. Don't worry. I just haven't been able to like update the characters as well as add information about the whole franchise itself because as I said, it's a lot that we added, or at least I added, right? It's been so much to the point where like you could view it as its own thing, right? And I try my best so that Rover stands out as a franchise and not just like an immediate ripoff of Sonic, right? So I try to. But if you do want a little sneak peek of one of the characters that will be on part two, um, this is a character that I did not originally make. She definitely did not appear in my channel, for obvious reasons, and she's definitely one of the more interesting and unique characters. Um, so this right here, I don't know if you see. Let me stop sharing for a bit. There we go. So this right here, I don't know if you can see, is Tide the Ocelot. Yeah. So this character originally appeared um, in the game Road for Destinies, along with Force the Mongoose. Now I'm pretty sure I did introduce him to the channel. I think it's been a while. I think I have mentioned him in my videos before. Um, but the other character that did appear in the same game as Forrest was Tide, and just like how I like to like make like every character like kind of like a unique creature or animal in real life. I made Tide an ocelot, which I think ocelots are pretty cool. So I won't get into like her backstory anything like that as of yet. I will get into like backstories and the other characters for sure in part two. Part two is definitely going to be a longer video than part one, because it's going to be obviously explaining more about pretty much almost everything. Things will be like there and there, but it'll definitely like add more to what the franchise has to do. So yeah. Okay. And so, guys, if you do have questions for me, go ahead and do not hesitate to um, do not hesitate in going and just ask me. All right. I might be actually reacting to some stuff because um um but the thing with my new setup is that like I have a new computer obviously for my older one. Like I said, my other computer didn't work anymore, and um and so for a while I didn't have a computer, but eventually when I went to college for you know I had, I needed a computer in order to do my work in, so I got this one. It's not the uh the, the best. Um, it's not the best computer, but it's something. And I mean, obviously, I needed something in order to do videos in, or well, not do videos, but do my schoolwork. So I eventually, after a while, decided, what, like, why don't I just start uploading again? And that's what I'm trying to do, guys. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay? Oh, have you guys actually checked out the DC and Sonic crossover? Because I've only have like here I have it right here actually. If you guys want to see it, I only have the first issue right now. Um, I enjoyed it the heck out of it because I love both DC and Sonic obviously. I have the hardcover for it. I don't have the second issue. I need to go get it soon, man, because I know there's already videos of the second issue, and I really do not want to get spoiled on it. Sure. Okay. Actually, if you guys, I need to be right back. There's something I need to check very quick. So let me go ahead. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I needed to go grab something. And also something very interesting about about my OCs and everything. Um, is that I didn't actually My first OC wasn't actually Rover. No, it wasn't Rover the Weasel. It wasn't actually. Um, the reason why I made a YouTube channel for Rover is because, well, I feel like that was kind of like Rover was kind of like my pinnacle of any OC that I've created. So, and during the time that I made Rover, that's when I really got into Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was just so hooked. And when I watched a bunch of YouTubers, kind of like like Speedy Blue, Shadow the Hedgehog, or any people like that who kind of like voice Sonic characters in their own way. Um, it's actually pretty cool. And that's what I wanted to do, right? I mean, obviously, with my first videos, um, I voiced Rofer, because obviously he was my OC and everything like that. But Rofer wasn't my first ever OC ever, actually. My first ever OC ever, and I actually will show you because, and I think this is pretty cool. This is something I used to do a lot back then. I have actual um here. I have actual comics about it. So this is my first ever creation thing. My first ever OC was Captain Kraken. Basically, Captain Kraken is is this giant, kraken that um, is basically the protector of Earth, right? As a superhero, and he I was originally inspired by Captain Underpants because I love Captain Underpants. I have actually the whole books. I have every book of Captain Underpants ever. Um, and so um, when um, when I was kind of like into that a lot more, um, I actually wanted to start making my own comics, and Captain Kraken was inspired by Captain Underpants himself, which is why Captain is in the name. Um, and of course, kind of like a lot of my like my types of media and stuff. I didn't really have originality, so a lot of it, you know, especially the older comics that I made a long time ago. Captain Kraken was like literally just if you replaced Captain Underpants with a Kraken, it's basically the same thing, right? It's literally this. Well, it's not exactly the same. It wasn't like exactly the same thing, but like it was kind of most of the same thing, like the same kind of like origin and stuff like that for um, Captain Kraken. So after after a long few years, I went back. I decided, what, it's time to update Captain Kraken, give him new origin, give him new purpose. Um, Within the series. And so, um, with these, I made actual physical comics of these. And in the future, I actually might be wanting to copy these. So then, maybe I might, so then I don't know, just give them out to people so then they can, read them. Maybe they like it, maybe they don't. Who knows? So technically, Captain Kraken was my first original OC. Um, I think like I think um, of all the OCs that I have created, Captain Kraken definitely feels like more like original, especially with like the new origin that I put for him, and basically like everything around the world, the lore, everything about the series. And I'm really happy for what I've done. And actually, I'm actually making the third issue right now, so it's still a work in progress, but it's coming up too. So yeah, that's definitely something I've been also doing, and I think it's going pretty well because maybe like I said, I might make copies of them in the future, and maybe just give them out to people to see what they think of it. I might even do what I've done for Rofer and Ego Trails, and just do like a whole summary of like what it's about. That's if you guys are interested. If you guys are interested, let me know. In chat or in the comments of this stream, whatever. Actually, something that we could talk about actually is what is like what are your like um what am I trying to say? Like what is the like the most thing like what is the game you're most excited about for this year? Like ones that haven't been released yet, but like you're really excited for. Mine is one of them is definitely like I said, Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I'm really excited for that game because I will be trying to play because it's for the PS5 and obviously we do have a PS5. Um, Crossworlds, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. It looks so fun. I haven't got spoiled on the game because I know there was like a whole like playtesting thing on February when Sega did that. So but obviously I haven't like seen anything because I didn't want to spoil myself on it. Another game that I'm really excited for is FNAF Secret of the Mimic because as I don't know if you guys know, but I am a FNAF fan with my brother Abel. Obviously, we checked out X Able X, my brother's channel. He's a major FNAF fan, and me too. I am also a really big FNAF fan. So we're both really excited for that game, and my brother would most likely be getting that game and probably have that playthrough on his channel. So if you're looking for, like, um, stuff like that, there you go. That's definitely something to look forward to. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm actually going to. Hello, who just joined in? Who's ever gonna go in and type something? So, so you can be noticed. Welcome to the stream. You can go ahead and this is supposed to be a Q&A, so like, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask. Come on. Right away. Also another thing that I, that kind of is entitled to me is that like in 2027 there's gonna be so many movies coming out that year. It's kind of insane, and I'm really excited for it too. Obviously, the number one being Sonic Boom 4 for sure. I hope you guys are also excited for Sonic 4. It's gonna be awesome for sure. Because Metal Sonic is definitely one of my favorite characters of Sonic of all time. So I'm glad he's coming to the movies, and I'm glad Paramount has actually kept like just the regular game design for him. It's I'm pretty sure I don't think there's another better design for Metal Sonic than just his original design. you know? It just looks so menacing. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, evening, um, maybe day, who knows, wherever you are. I hope you guys are having a good time overall. Actually, I'm gonna, if nobody else is gonna go and answer some, not answer, but, like, ask any questions, I'll go and just, ask one right now. Um, actually, I'm just gonna, are you a fan of Jurassic Park/World? As, I am. I mean, I'm just a big overall fan of dinosaurs, you know, just just like my brother, X-Able-X, which if you haven't checked him out, go check him out. He does some pretty awesome stuff too. He's actually, if you wanna know about my brother right now, Abel, you know you know, X-Able-X, he's doing some really cool animations because he got a PC, uh, earlier this year, which is really awesome because me and my family have never had a PC ever in our lives. It's awesome to have this sort of privilege. And right now he's doing some really cool FNAF model animations. Um, well, at least he's trying to learn to like fully do it. Um, but yeah, no, it's been he's been he's been doing a really good job, and he's liking it. So I recommend go checking those out. They're really cool. Oh, also something else, guys. Because I because like so as I wanted to do different types of content, I will be doing some debate videos. Because I have OCs. I know plenty of characters out there that that I know that I would definitely love to do debate videos over. Um, and obviously one of them being Hunter um, as one of the reasons I created Hunter was because if you don't know Death Battle, I'm a huge fan of Death Battle. If you don't know what Death Battle is basically a series on YouTube where they take two characters from any sort of media and they put them together to see who would win, and they have like a whole analysis, a whole like fight animation, and everything like that. So one of my one of my favorite Death Battle episodes is Star Butterfly versus Steven Universe. Um, if you don't want any spoilers on Death Battle or any stuff like that, I recommend go check it out before you hear what I'm about to say right now. Um, but if you have watched Steven Universe versus Star Butterfly, the Death Battle episode, um, Star won, right? And I mean, obviously, well, and I mean, I really didn't know anything about Star Butterfly from Star versus the Forces of Evil, but I did look at some like power scaling videos and stuff like that, and she's actually really dang powerful. And one of the reasons why I made Hunter was because I kind of wanted to do like a debate video of with Hunter versus Star, and I definitely will be doing that. So, but not just that one. Like I want to do even more debate videos, like my OCs against characters already out there. So, and of course, I will just be in like solo power scaling videos of my OCs and everything like that. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so because something like that will be coming up. So, yeah, so we have a one viewer here. And also, guys, don't I'm not one of those streamers who, you know, um, who sends money. No, I'm not one of those type of streamers. You don't have to send money because I don't. Honestly, I wouldn't want to use y'all guys' money for any reason. Or like, I don't have like a sponsor or anything like that to give them to. So I'm not one of those streamers who like ask for your money. No. Oh, we have another person. Go ahead and say something in chat so everyone can know that you're here. If you're new, welcome to the stream. This is a Q&A. So if you want to ask anything, go ahead straight away. And this is also kind of an explanation of future updates for this channel because I definitely want to do some really cool content for this, like I said, debate videos of my OCs versus like just characters and media in general, power scaling videos of my OCs, and also just like showing what my OCs are like obviously if you're share I have this one of my more prominent creations that I made is Eco Trails, right? This is supposed to be well, is my creation, but technically it's supposed to be an animated action slash adventure series created by me that I am inspired by Steven Universe because I love Steven Universe. I love a lot of shows from Cartoon Network. So when I wanted to make Eco Trails, I was inspired by Steven Universe to create this. And the protagonist, his name is Hunter, just like Steven Universe. Hunter is a half human, half Uloa hybrid. Which, if you don't know what a Uloa is, this paper can kind of explain. But if you wanted to see what Hunter looks like, this is what Hunter looks like. Yeah, and like as I said before, all the artwork that I make for my OCs are the official artwork of what they look like, and just they are the official artwork. So yeah, so this is what Hunter looks like. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys are probably wondering, like, wait, he doesn't really look human, but the thing is that Yoloa, which if you don't know what they are, I'll get to in a bit. Don't have 5 fingers; they have four. Obviously humans have five, and Hunter has more human-esque posture other than other Eloa. So there you go. Um, at the start of the series, he's 5'3" and he's 15 years old. So there you go. And if you want a brief introduction of the series of Eco Trails, here it is right here. If you want to go in and just pause the stream or like just I'll give you guys a few minutes over that. This is just like a kind of a brief overview of how what leads up to the kind of like the start of the series. Here's Hunter. If you wanted to go and see him again. And like I said, if you wanna like um take in a lot of this, um, and if you already read on what pretty much the Uloa are, um, they're basic they're crustaceanous organisms that once lived in a planet called Unope, which is basically a combined version of what would be two planets, but it was one a long time ago. And this is basically the physiology and anatomy of a Uloa right here. If you want to read on this as well. And also another thing is that yeah, all the artwork is made by me, so that's I feel like that's kind of quite an accomplishment for myself. After all, this is all of this is all done by me. I don't have n- I- no one else knows about my creations and OCs, probably other than you guys. So yeah, that's one thing to take note of is that like yeah, um, it has definitely been when creating these OCs, it's definitely hard, because like when you especially like when modern media, you know, you got like things like, Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, Glitch Productions with, their series of Murder Drones, The Amazing Digital Circus, and then the new one, Gaslight District, I think, right? It's called. Like you got to remember, it's like it's a whole team, and I'm doing this all by myself. So, and I'm pretty sure like even one person can do a lot, but like unfortunately I just don't have the same privilege as other people do. So this is just what I have to work with, and I mean, honestly, it could be a lot worse, but I'm working with what I can, and I think it's definitely been going good. And if you guys have any suggestions of what I should do for in terms of videos, like I said, like if um when I start revealing more of my OCs to you guys, have, like a specific character that that like that would be good for like a debate video, like one of my OCs versus a character that you guys like, I don't know, recommend or whatever. I'll definitely do a video over it. Like Hunter, it's like Hunter, for example. Of course, I will be doing a debate video versus Hunter versus Star, which hopefully that will come out hopefully after the part two of the Rover franchise recollection. Um, and that'll be kind of like my first debate video. But like if you have other like ones like Hunter versus like another character from some this series or whatever, go in and just tell me. Like, because I definitely want to start doing that because um I know a lot of videos, especially now, is a lot like like power scaling videos and all that. Like how strong a character really is. I want to start doing that. So you know, Hunter could be my well, actually, if you guys want Rofer, I could definitely do like how powerful is Rofer, like how strong is Rofer. I could definitely do that. And then if you want me to do like a Rofer versus a Mario debate video, I can definitely do that, which I will be doing that in the future. So subscribe so that you can be notified when that comes out soon. Bum, 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 bum. Surprised hasn't no one asked any questions yet. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know for any of y'all who just joined in, but like I said, um, if if you're wondering about like a little sneak peek for part two of the franchise recollection, there's a character that that's been in the franchise for quite a while now. She wasn't part of the channel originally, but I did create her like a little later on, but I never actually like introduced her. Um, I introduced Forrest the Mongoose, which he's still a character. Don't worry. I definitely changed the way how he looks though, so get ready for that. Um, but just for a little sneak peek, just stop sharing there. This is Tide. This is Tide the Ocelot. She is a character that also, like, along with Forrest, appears in the game Rover Destinies. So yeah, she appears the same game as Forrest, and I won't go over, like I said before, I won't go over her origin just yet. I will definitely do that in part two. Like I said, part two of the franchise recollection of Rover will definitely be a longer video. It'll have origins of all the characters, what all the characters look like, and as well as just more of just a lot more stuff. And like I said, I will eventually I will be doing power scaling videos. Probably starting with Rofer if you guys want me to. I probably will start with Rofer because I kind of already have him planned out and everything. So yeah. Yep. Right. So I probably hope you guys are enjoying. Hope you guys are having a good time overall. I will be actually probably like probably gonna end the stream soon. So if you guys please, if you guys have any questions, just go and ask before I end the stream. Actually, another, something I actually kind of curious about. If you actually kind of care, um, how much YouTube do you guys actually like watch? I don't know. I'm curious. 'Cause, like, I feel like YouTube is kind of like my only like um platform that I really go to watch anything. But like, I'm actually curious. Like, do you guys actually go to like a different one, or is it just YouTube? Because me, it's just YouTube. Like uh, I wouldn't say like I'm lazy, but like I don't know. I just I don't go to like Twitch. I mean, time to time, I would like sometimes go to YouTubers like like Twitch channels in order to watch like their videos. But like, I wouldn't want to create like a Twitch account. You know what I mean? I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I think I'm going to go ahead and end it for today. I know that I streamed this kind of late today. I wanted to kind of stream a little more earlier, but I had stuff to do, obviously, from school and stuff. Um, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this wasn't really like a fully like entertaining stream, but like I said, I'm trying. Okay, and like I said, I'm trying to like really update my channel to the most, where like eventually I will try to like see if I can make like an intro and an outro for my videos, as well as obviously streaming more. Because like I said, I am getting a lot more games in the future, and I will be either just doing like regular videos like for playthrough, or actually streaming those games, whatever. But yeah, um, I hope you got so yeah, I'm trying my best in order to, update this channel as much as I can, and obviously, make as much content as, as I can as well, because, you know, because I'm back, I want to keep it full throttle, right? As much as I can, without school getting in the way, without work getting in the way and stuff like that, work in school shouldn't really be like an excuse of why I haven't been uploading. So I'm trying to not make that an excuse. But anyway, guys, like I said, I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys are excited for what's coming up. Like I said, for May, I will be definitely uploading a lot more videos, streaming for sure. And if you're looking forward to the 4.5 anniversary for Rofer, um, those anniversary streams will happen on May. It'll probably be like a whole week of maybe all streams. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It only takes a second of your time. So then that way you can uh, keep being notified when I upload, um, and when I stream next time. Like I said, keep a lookout for the franchise recollection part 2 for Rofer. That's coming up soon. Don't worry, hopefully, and obviously more videos coming up. So I hope you guys had a good time. Please please comment down on the stream, and I guess I'll just see you guys the next time. So bye, guys.